Good morning. Look who's up and about. Look who's excited and happy. Good morning, Hugo. Hello. Hi. Are you happy and excited? Are you happy and excited? What a difference an hour makes, right? When we try to wake you up at 7, it doesn't work out so good, huh? You like to sleep in a little bit? Your boogies are a little better. That's good. People are worried about you. Ooh, look, there's birds outside. Ooh. Take it easy. Take it easy. So I'm here in the parking lot to take my cousin to her doctor's appointment, and it started to rain a lot, and my umbrella's not in my car because my mom took it out of my car. And when I texted her asking her about it, she lied to me and said that she had no idea where it was. And I'm like, I saw it in your car the last time I was in your car. So that's where we're at. I'm wearing the wrong shoes for this. My ankles are ashy for some reason. It's one of those days. There's nothing more exciting than being completely soaked in a very cold office building. Glad I didn't wash my hair. So then I'd be even more mad. And the best part is this building, all of the spots that are closest to the building are reserved for the employees. Like, when have you ever heard of that? So all the parents that have to come with strollers have to literally go across this super bumpy, annoying, uneven, I guess, I don't know, pavement or whatever to get to the appointment. That makes sense. Totally makes sense, right? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Right. This road. This is so pleasant. When she gets tired, that's the sound she makes. It's not like I cry, it's just kind of like, I think I make to myself. I'm like, I don't want to get out of bed. She's just too much. Too much. Okay. I may or may not have taken a nap. It's possible. And I got a package that said was delivered yesterday when I tracked it, but it was not. It said it was delivered to my house, but it also said available for pickup. So my theory is, because it had said out for delivery early in the day, that the postal worker got out of the truck, was supposed to deliver it, didn't for whatever reason, and rather than coming to deliver it like they were supposed to, they just went back to the post office and said, oh, we'll just deliver it tomorrow. Yeah, sure, nobody's waiting for stuff. I mean, it's not urgent, but this package is already several days late. Hear that sound? That's Hugo eating Luna's leftovers. That's how good his appetite is. It's amazing. Yeah, this is actually Luna's new collar, so I like to get them new collars periodically. Hugo's is already here. It's like a bright yellow. That's the thing that sucks about boy dogs. It's like there aren't that many cute patterned collars that don't look too girly. I don't know why when I first met with the oncologist, he kept saying her, he does not look like a girl dog. Does that make sense? There's some dogs that just look like girl dogs versus boy dogs. My previous dog, they always thought she was a boy dog because her bark was so deep. But yeah, so I got him a bright yellow collar. I don't think he's ever done a bright yellow. But Luna, I can play a little more with hers. this is Luna's new collar. It's a brand that I found on Amazon. I'm not sure if they sell it anywhere else, called Blueberry Pet. I'll link it, but they have the cutest ones. Like the one she has right now is a donut one. And Hugo's is also from the same brand. The one he has right now is like a blue with white stripes, like a sailor type look. But all the other patterns they had were just not as cute, and I didn't want to get the same one. I was planning on bathing them this afternoon, but it was rainy, so it's a little chilly out. And I have to bathe them outside because it's very difficult to get them in the tub. And in Hugo's case, it's very difficult to keep him in the tub. And like he'll like try to get out, and I'm always afraid that he's gonna hurt himself. Just do it outside. And the time that I tried, I had like help, and it was still very difficult. So I have to wait for a warmer day. Yep. So exciting. Okay, so while I get ready for work, I will tell you guys a couple of things. So first things first, I'll tell you guys the story about that I forgot to tell you guys yesterday about like Hugo's last chemo and how I said like he tolerated really well despite like the crazy peeing thing. I'm pretty sure I haven't told you guys this. I did tell my Patreon community on a Periscope broadcast, but pretty sure I didn't have a chance to, oh, that's way too much. Mention it on a vlog. So basically, Hugo is, like I said on another vlog, that he's on prednisone. So prednisone gives you like crazy appetite. That's why a lot of dogs tend to gain weight if you don't control like what they're eating. But it also makes you drink a lot of water and pee a lot. I didn't notice anything like that with Hugo. Like he didn't have any side effects as far as like wanting to pee a bunch or drink a lot of water. If you remember, like he wasn't wanting to drink much water, so I was like trying to trick him to drink more water. But this past time after the chemo, mind you, he had already been on the prednisone for at least a week. So, you know, he goes in this chemo. When I take him outside of the clinic, he pees like a bunch, okay? I take him out of the car when I get home, he pees a bunch, like a lot, like right in the front of the house, which is so rare. He's not the kind of dog that's like, oh my God, I gotta go. And I don't live that far from the clinic, so it's like in a 30-minute drive, he already had to go again, and a lot. So he goes inside, he's drinking water, tons of water. My dog, like, especially Hugo, like there was a time when I first got Luna that she was just like being obnoxious. Like she could hold her pee, but she would just go and she would pee on his bed and pee on her bed just to do it. It's not that she urgently had to go, she would just do it. So there was like a long period of time that nobody had beds. It was just all towels because it's very hard to clean those big beds. And I was just so annoyed. I was just trying to get her past that stage. And she eventually did get past that stage, but that's another story. So I hear, like I'm in my room, mind you, like I said, like my dogs, they can hold their pee just fine. So I hear Hugo scratching at the back door, and I didn't think anything of it because he actually knows how to open up the back door. Like it's one of those like handle things that you just push down on. So like he's learned how to open it, so I have to be very careful and I have to make sure it's always locked. And sometimes he'll like jump up at it and try to open it when there's like a duck in the backyard or something. I always let my foundation and all that kind of set a little bit before I put powder on it. I'm gonna go check on the dogs. Letting him out for outdoor time. It's so cute. What are you doing? Letting him out outdoor time before I go to work. So yeah, so I hear the scratching or whatever, and I didn't think anything of it. And then I come out and there's this like puddle on the floor in the living room. And it's not yellow, so it wasn't like obviously pee, it was a clear puddle. And I was like, where did this come from? And sometimes, you know, if you overwater plants, it'll like seep through, whatever, but there's no plants in sight. And I opened the back door to let them out. Well, he was still kind of wobbly, so I was taking him out on a leash. So while I was out there with him, he peed like 3 more times, and a lot. And that's like rare. Again, you take your dog out, normally they'll pee once, maybe twice, if they're like marking their territory, but it was like clear. And then he was drinking more water, and I was like freaking out. I was like, because I realized he had an accident. He's never, not once had an accident ever since I got him, never, you know? And I just felt so bad because he probably felt so guilty, like being, which is crazy because like he didn't even come over to tell me or say anything about going to the bathroom. He just kind of stayed close by to go. I was like freaking out, like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Is this his new normal? Like, I won't be able to go to work on the days like anymore if this is how it's gonna be. Because I thought, well, maybe the prednisone had just finally kicked in a week later. So I texted the oncologist, thank God he gave me his number or whatever. And he was like, oh my gosh. He's like, I should have warned you. I was like, he said that the particular drug that he was on for that day, it can be very toxic when it concentrates in the bladder. So they give him a diuretic. So he's like gonna be drinking and peeing a lot to help like flush it out so it doesn't concentrate in the bladder. I was like, oh my God, I thought I was gonna die. Like literally he was drinking so much water. You know how they say like, you drink too much water, you like deplete your minerals and all that stuff, whatever. And he was like, it'll go away in a few hours. And it did, but like, I was freaking out. I was like, I'm not gonna have a life because literally he peed like 5 or 6 times in 2 hours. And a lot, not just like the little pee here and there, like a lot. So that's like the story with that. The other thing I wanted to mention is I was right about the fact that him still having boogies meant that he was still sick, like that the antibiotics weren't working. So his culture came back and he had 3 heavy growths. So the way a culture works is you take a sample and they put it on like little like petri dishes or whatever, and then they see how bacteria grows or whatever. Or I don't know, maybe they don't do it that way in like a lab. I've done similar stuff in microbiology classes, but they might do it differently. And they also, what they do is they test for bacteria resistance or sensitivity to a bunch of different antibiotics. So that's why cultures take a long time to get the results, and that's why usually a doctor will just put you on an antibiotic, and then if it's not the right one, they'll switch it. So he has 3 different bacteria: Pseudomonas aeruginosa, which I remember from microbiology, Staph intermedius, which I remember from microbiology, and then strep group G. All 3 were heavy growths. So the antibiotic that he's on, I think is, because I didn't get to see the full results, I have like a screenshot of it, is not, all 3 bacteria aren't sensitive. And that's the other thing, if you have multiple bacteria, you have to find one that all 3 are sensitive to. So you have to change his antibiotic, and it won't be in until tomorrow. So that's what's going on with Hugo. But he said to keep going on the antibiotic. I feel like it's working for at least some of it, because he didn't have like as much mucus today. It seemed like it was drying up. Either that or maybe his immune system is helping kick in, because none of these bacteria are like so terrible that like you couldn't just like deal with it, you know? Like a lot of times we just get sick and we just deal with it. But the issue is because he's immunocompromised, his immune system isn't as strong as it normally would be, and normally you could probably just deal with it and he'll be fine. But because he's immunocompromised, there's obviously a risk of it traveling further down his respiratory tract and causing a pneumonia or something like that. A lot of you guys were worried about him coughing, which, you know, maybe I shouldn't have included that clip because I don't want you guys to worry unnecessarily. Like his cough, what it reminds me of when he does it, it's like it reminds me of when I'm like coughing to get a phlegm. Remember, like a dog can't blow its nose and doesn't know how to like properly cough up phlegm. And most dogs, like Hugo's never been this kind of like this type of sick. Actually, I don't think he's ever been like, sick in a way like this at all. Like no like mucus or anything. He never had kennel cough. So like, can you imagine at age, he's like probably like 6 or 7. So he's like in his 40s or 50s. Can you imagine that being the first time that you ever get like a sickness where you have to like cough up phlegm and you're just like coughing because you feel it and you want to get rid of it, but you don't really know how. And I've noticed that it's more prominent in the morning, which for me is the same way. Like when I have phlegm or whatever, it's always worse in the mornings. Like when I get in the shower, it's like, oh. But don't worry, we're getting it resolved. I also texted his oncologist so that they're both on the same page as far as the next antibiotic. So don't worry, guys. I mean, I would like to think that you guys think I'm a decent dog owner. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I have the vets on, which they probably hate that they gave me their cell phone number. I'm that dog mom. That's all I wanted to share. So I don't know what we're gonna call this look. Goth cheerleader? I don't know. Finally got to wear this shade. This is the Smashbox liquid lipstick. They're always on liquid lipstick in Chill Zone. Been dying to wear it, but I keep wearing like warm tone eyeshadows, and so I was like, today's the day. Anyhow, so I'm going to work. After work, I probably won't get to do too much vlogging because I literally have to like get to the editing so I can get this uploaded at some point. For the past few nights, I've gotten the uploads around like 1 or 2, which is good. So I'd like to keep on that. So I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm home and I'm going to share with you the most amazing feeling in the world. Ladies and some gentlemen know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, that feeling. The best feeling in the world to take your hair down. I didn't even have it up for that long. Feels so good. And this, I like chokers, but they're so annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog so I can edit it and start it uploading. I'm sorry, today was boring. But in life, some days are boring. Leave a comment below if me yawning made you yawn. I'm just curious. I will say that one thing I saw when I got home that made me very happy was Hugo was up and alert, back to like how he always was, which is when I would come home, he'd be like standing up like by the door waiting when I would come in. And now looking back from when he was probably already getting sick, but I just didn't realize like he would not always be doing that. And I feel guilty that I didn't notice sooner, but I always just like saw like, oh, like he's just sleeping really comfortably because he'd all be like in his bed all curled up. And I know how that is. Sometimes you don't want to get up. And I mean, he's done that here and there like throughout his whole life, but towards him getting sick, like he was definitely doing it more. Happy to see that he is back on his feet. And yeah. See you guys tomorrow.